This is episode 5. This
Ooh.
episode's titled Through the Looking Glass.
Ooh, is this when we get weird?
It's hey kids, that's a reference to Alice in Wonderland, in case you guys didn't know. Something like that.
Are we recording?
I don't know. So episode 4, which we did get to upload, albeit a bit funky because my fucking microphone was all messed up. But anyway, episode
We are
4,
getting
we had the whole scene with the lady ripping her face off, which was
there. Yes.
amazing.
Yes.
It was pretty amazing. I liked it.
Yeah. I yeah. It
It was
worked really. It made me go, okay, this wasn't the most contrived thing I've ever seen. So this is great.
yeah. It looked fleshy, it looked real.
Yeah, it looked really good.
So after a slow start, episode 4 ended on a high note for both of us. We talked about it afterwards, and we said, "Man, okay, well, cool. Now where this is gonna go, right?" We ended up with
Yeah.
the Colts and the not the Colts. No Peyton Manning here, but the
Hey guys,
Colts.
just want to tell you to get into some Allstate or
His
whatever is talking these days.
neck's all fucked up, Sag. So
Oh, it is? That is
yeah,
sad.
yeah, to like his cervicals fused or some shit because
Ooh.
football. But in this episode, the past blurs into the present. It's already been doing that.
I know.
When Melody visits Don't You Dare Yawn and visits a forbidden floor,
Bro, I can't stop right now. It's annoying as
just
shit.
just pit like grab some of your chest hair and pull it. That's always works for me. That's why I don't have any more chest hair. In search of an inspired Annabelle. Right, because Annabelle was doing the paintings of the black faces. Well,
Right.
it came out okay. Whatever. It is what it was. It is what it was. So,
What was
not
they painting?
racist.
What were they painting?
Literally black faces. So it's not racist at
I'm
all.
really into 1920s entertainers.
Circles of black faces. It is what it is.
Uh,
It's just a
yeah.
coincidence that the person in question happens to be black. So whatever. Music leads. Music leads to lost souls and revel. Okay, well I don't know what that's all about.
That's some poetic poetry in
Yeah, I
that
guess so.
description. So I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, I guess
Netflix
so.
descriptions are kind of notoriously bad sometimes.
I mean, yeah. So let's see where episode 5 takes us.
Just
It
some
does. It
grooming.
looks like a mess. Oh no. Dude, this is so nostalgic.
I'm getting a lot of analog horror vibes right now.
We made our intros in PowerPoint,
Seriously.
and you can't tell me otherwise. Awesome.
And that's like the local news I grew up with.
Good morning. Do you remember the one in the original Batman, the news anchors?
Oh,
That was
right.
pretty awesome. In the OG, oh shit,
Hmm.
no witnesses.
Well, how
That
looks like
happened
a
recently. Like
man.
2 people got pushed or some shit. It was crazy. One
It's
survived and
fucking
one died.
yeah. Okay.
Okay. Yep. Dead.
I wonder if we're going to get at some point a I guess not. I guess it's just the hook for the episode.
Yeah, yeah. Somebody died.
Whoever shot these opening credits did a really good job though.
They haven't changed, right? Since the first ones?
No.
No, no, they
Mhm.
haven't. It's still
They've
the
all
same
been
stuff.
hinting at different parts of the show though, which is pretty cool. I like
Yes.
that.
Yes. Aliens, chives.
So many chives. Bobek, that's different.
I mean, to
Wow.
be fair, a big part of this series has been the audio.
Oh yeah. Well, it would start as a podcast.
True. Hey, Chipets. I never wanted one.
I never did either. I just remember the commercials, and that
Yep.
was it.
Yep. It's the Chia guy. Oh, there's a lady that got ripped her face off. What is she doing with the lady
Why
who
is
ripped her
she
face
there?
off?
Hang on. No hospital's gonna let someone who's not family be there that late. They kick her out. Seriously.
Yeah, really, man.
She's not family.
That's so weird. What is she
That's
doing
already a
there?
strike in my book. I'm like, no, she wouldn't be there. She's not her mom.
Oh, maybe
Whereas
that happens
maybe
now,
it
but
is.
not in the 90s. In the 90s, it was
No,
totally
it
cool.
happened in the 90s. I was in the hospital in the 90s. It totally happened in the 90s.
Can't be in the hospital. I mean, it is pretty funky doodles. I do not know a hospital that would have just allowed just like,
I was about to
hey, I'm a
say,
neighbor.
hey, I'm
Stay.
just casual observer, just hanging out in her room. Hope you don't
Mm-hmm.
mind.
No
Oh wow, they
nurses.
got a coin machine that looks pretty exact though.
Dude, that was a bomb diggity in high school. They had one of those and got your little coffee cup with your shitty
That
premixed
got me through
cappuccino.
college. Instant poop
Instant
machine.
poop.
Yeah, it makes you go poop.
I like that. I like
Get the
the little
bend.
the curve. Yeah, that looks really amazing. I like it. I like it. But I do not like the fact that
Coffee's now
she's in the
blood.
hospital. The coffee's
Cold
now blood.
drinks. Cold drinks.
Everybody's always surprising everybody else. It's like, well, why can't you just, if you're trying to help?
Drinks though.
So she's not. No, she's in the hospital.
Oh, she is.
Maybe she's in the waiting room. No, she seems to be
She's in the room.
in the room. I hear the bippins.
It'd make more sense if she was in the waiting room. That's the thing. I'm like, who the fuck? Why were you allowed to stay overnight? You better explain that.
She also rode in the ambulance with her.
Did
Man,
she?
no, but probably,
No, they watched her get loaded.
dude.
Oh yeah, let's ask him this. What
Why is she
the fuck is
berating?
this?
Where's the nurse?
No,
Nurse, press the call button.
seriously.
Why are they allowing this person to berate the person who just literally tried to rip her eyes out?
Oh,
That's some
no,
bullshit, dude.
I'm bugged by this whole thing. I am so bugged by all of it.
Oh, oh,
I
oh,
am.
oh,
Yeah, you deserve to get your finger broken.
dude. That would immediately bring a nurse. Shit. Nah. So she slept all night to just
And
bug
then
her in
she's
the
gone.
morning, and then she pieces out. All right, cool. Come
That
on,
that
Netflix.
yeah, I'm like, that's some shit. I don't
Yeah,
like
that's some
that at
shit.
all.
Yeah, me neither. Doesn't set a good premise. Oh, mean he left.
Yeah, I'm gonna bother him at his house. Oh, okay.
Totally cool. Give me his
Hmm.
address.
Yeah, they would totally give you his address. That's how his office works. They're very
This is the same lady
transparent.
who just like slept in the hospital room all night to just ask her for
Yeah,
2 minutes,
yeah.
and then
Just no. Oh boy,
I'm not liking Melody as much as this is going on. She's
she is a troublemaker in my opinion.
that girl's bad news.
She is. She's injecting herself into everyone's
That
problems.
is true. Oh, okay.
Okay, this is where it should have started. Start your episode here.
Yeah, actually, that makes sense. Because
That-
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, the whole hospital scene was really unnecessary. I agree. You already
I mean,
know
the
that. You
dream
already know
sequence.
the lady tried to rip her fucking eyes out. Like, why
Here's
would
the
you ever
thing.
think is like, tell me please? Oh well, you said please.
Here's the thing. Like the whole dream sequence of her being in the room with her and stuff, and then him showing up, Dan, would have made a lot more sense if it was a dream and she was at home.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. What the fuck is he doing in the hospital?
Yeah, it's useless. That scene was ridiculous. It's so interesting. Um,
Yeah, I'm gonna forget that first part. I'm just gonna go from here.
Additionally, the rule of writing is when you're writing something, usually delete the first page or two, because usually it's you getting into it, or like the first two paragraphs. Ooh,
Whoa, hey buddy, what are you doing? Went an Omni chat. I guess it's okay.
it's anonymity.
Anonymity.
Anemones, and then all the anemones. What?
What? Sensitive to what? Oh, oh, oh.
Oh,
All right. See, this is now getting interesting.
this is pretty cool.
Uh, and? Oh,
Mm,
denied.
so sad.
That was very anticlimactic. She's just being a bit. All right, dude.
Like, really, we didn't need that hospital scene. That ruined this intro for me.
It's ridiculous. Yeah, yeah, give her a pill. She'll be fine.
Okay. I like this.
That was really good. That was really, really good.
Okay.
All right, all right.
All right. Cool. Cool. You do you. Gotta go.
You do
Gonna
you.
walk over here.
Uh-oh, who's coming? Well, can't be seeing crazy people for drugs. Oh, there's Dan, the man. Dan, the videotape man.
He doesn't remember her. He saw her.
But in the future. Oh, I see what you mean. I mean, I
No,
don't
but
remember.
really,
I
I
don't
don't.
remember people I
I'm
met when I
making
was
a joke.
8.
I'm making a joke. No one remembers everyone they see,
No.
unless you have like a photographic memory, which happens to be in every fiction story ever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree with
I have a photographic memory. Said that person who's always that person with the photographic memory.
that.
It's like amnesia. The two most rare occurrences that ever happen to people are always in stories
Oh, there's a little
because convenient plot device.
epileptic child. Demon child. Epileptic demon child.
Waterboarded epileptic demon child.
Right. That's how you get rid of the demons.
Drown the demons.
What?
Dude, who goes
Have
check?
you
Like,
been with Beatrice?
what the?
Have you been with Beatrice? Man, this little girl's trying to get on my shit too.
Bro, seriously, like, she's bugging me.
I it's what we had talked about last time we watched this, where they don't know how to tie everything together once you've spiraled everything out, and you're trying to tie everything back up, and as you're trying to do that, you're trying to explain things that
I'm
don't
just,
mesh necessarily well. So
I'm just.
Annabelle's so quirky.
I actually began to like Annabelle.
No, no, I
Um,
did expect until that message.
mostly, my problem is that they're not giving Melody's whole thing with her mom is just unexplained at this point. It's an unused,
They brought her up at the
and
seance, and then
and they
she
keep
wasn't dead,
and they
right? So,
yeah, and
oop.
they keep just injecting her into other people's problems and giving her like this "I'm gonna come and help everyone" thing, which I'm like, leave these people. Yeah, thank you. Mm-hmm.
That's what I had.
Ooh. Oh,
Scotch.
I like this. This is a nice detail.
Get that wrapper off.
Oh, is she editing?
I guess she's recording it or just viewing it. I don't know.
If you wanted to get,
She put the tape in, right? So she's making the tape.
she's making a copy.
Uh huh. So you get to see the lady ripping her face off again.
I was about to say we get to see that again. Ah,
Okay, now the dad, now the mom's back in the picture, right? This is,
I checked everywhere under the curtains. in the chest, the hope chest.
Checked everywhere. I looked underneath the covers.
This is why you don't pick up hitchhikers, lady. This is why you don't
What?
do that. Don't pick up hitchhikers in the Ram to the Dead. Look at this.
Don't
That's
pick
what
up
she did.
hitchhikers in a seance.
Yeah, don't do it.
Uh-oh. Demon tapes. Okay. Demon. I told you, man. It's demons all the way down.
It's all the way there. It's a clown.
Out to a psychiatrist of all people.
Is that what she just sent it to?
Yeah. These are the tapes I was telling you about.
Mm.
Oh,
Who looks up like that coming through the door?
what? It's random as
Oh.
shit. Why does everybody keep asking her about Beatriz?
It's not like they're best friends. She just moved into the building. Like, I only had that kind of relationship with my neighbors living in a place like that after being there for like 2 years or a year.
What? What?
That's not suspicious at all.
What? What? What?
Don't even know her. They don't know her. There's so much leaping.
The one on the sixth floor.
I won't tell you. You'll have to go knock on them.
Bitch.
And
A cut.
seriously,
Oh, it's a
look at the
special.
keys. No,
No. You know these old buildings with keys to floors. Totally
no,
normal.
not for every floor. I mean, I have never lived in New York, but I would assume that that is an insane thing.
I mean, when you go to hotels in Vegas or some shit, you have to use your key card to go up to a certain floor.
That's well,
But
that's a hotel though,
just for safety's sake, we put in extra crazy locks on the doors.
right?
Not the fact, dude. I don't like it when shit goes off the
You know, like what?
rails. I don't like it when stuff like this goes off the rails. We're gonna just like we're
Well, it's
deliberately gonna make it not make sense because reasons. All right. Oh, it's haunted.
well, we all kind of knew this. I think it's aliens being ghosts.
This
Alien
it just
ghosts.
reminded me of The Shining because in The Shining the house was the one that was haunted. So they're kind of tying
Mhm.
it back to the actual building itself.
I give this show this. At least the ghost like entities aren't trying to be solved to help them. I'm
Yeah.
tired of ghost stories where they're trying to help ghosts.
Ghost? Yeah, that was what you said. Is it safe?
And yet you're here and you're not leaving. Yeah.
Or
I like Annabelle still, even though she's possessed. I'm just so bugged by this lady's character. Like her acting's fine. She's doing a really good job, but just the story just
she's so useless, dude. Like
it's yeah.
she's all the time just. It always feels like she's like 6 steps behind everything, and
But it's useless. Like, it's like, at least if she found her mom, it would make like, okay, and then that ties more into the building, therefore she has an investment. She's just meeting random people and then getting tangled up in their lives for no reason.
And going to hospitals apparently.
Hmm?
Going to hospital rooms and just chilling out there.
Yeah, like, what the fuck?
I'm gonna stay here all night and sleep, and then when I wake
And the
up,
hospital
I'll
staff's
ask the
like,
question,
KK, have fun.
and then I'll leave. It'll be cool. Okay.
First off, what apartment interior apartment door has a door like that? Why would you go look? This is the thing that bugs the shit out of me about most horror movies is like, we're gonna have the protagonist do something no one else would ever do ever. I'm like, yeah. And
I don't know. It rubs me the wrong way too much. I'm gonna try to get over it, but
I'm gonna try to power through this episode because I want more Dan's stuff. This is
yeah,
the more interesting part at this point. Hers
Dan's
could be interesting.
Dan's
It's
behavior is
just,
a lot more believable, I think.
yeah, like, this is just, who the fuck does this?
Like, well, the problem I have with what's going on is like you already have a history of what's going on in this building, right? You've
Hmm.
seen the fucking cult, you've seen the crazy statue, you've seen the crazy shit with the demon waterboarding. There's all these things you saw Lady Ripper fucking eyes out, right? Oh, those are very CGI cucarachas. And then
Yeah.
you go you go like maybe I'll just oh, you just saw that the lady had to open the lock to take you to this floor. You see the locked door, and somehow your mind says, "Well, I'll just go in here. I'm sure it's fine because nothing else is fucking creepy in this building." What the
At least in
shit,
at
dude?
least in Lord of the Rings, they had all of existence to have to deal with, and that's the reason why they're powering through. In this, it's like, what's her investment? Her mom? The curiosity of it all? No.
I mean, I guess she knows
She's not.
she's not dead, but that's really funky doodles.
Oh, Jesus.
What?
What is this?
People? People? Dead people?
Are they strung out?
It's a opium den, dude.
I was about to say, is it a heroin den or something?
It sure as shit is something.
Man, that barbershop quartet is not going to go well. I
Hello,
don't
my
think they.
Coney Island lady.
Who's the baritone? Oh, 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 oh.
The problem, her problem is so far her character has been very much like I need to help everybody. So now she's gonna be like, well, I need to help these people because what are they doing here and blah blah blah.
My question is she a reporter or something? It just doesn't make any sense why she's going to the depths she's going. She's a college student. That's the only thing we know.
What?
Like, the fuck?
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Now I shouldn't have. I mean, he did.
Always believe the super. His name is John Smith. What?
Oh, Jackson. Knew it. Oh, hell no. Locks him in.
But locking them in, isn't that a form of, like, kidnapping at that point?
That's
Like,
not very.
that's not legal.
That's some weak
Are you leaving
sauce.
now?
That's some weak sauce.
Oh, now we're leaving.
Now we're leaving.
Now. The drug
What?
addicts were the last. Nope. I'm done. Fuck my mom. No need to be here.
Hey, what's up, Dan? Nope.
Dan the man.
Dan the ghost. That was really
Well,
funny, dude.
I do like this
Uh,
mechanic. I do like this mechanic a lot. I think it's a really good mechanic.
hmm.
Junkie on your the junkie on the ledge. Okay.
Okay. And I'll just videotape him.
I mean, I'm trying to be helpful for anybody, but like, man, that is some sketchy stuff.
220.
Taste of what? Jinx. What,
Stardust?
Stardust?
PCP. Oh, you sniff some mole?
Damn, dude. I actually do like this shit. This is some good stuff. Ah, this is the part. Ah, this is good.
Yeah, I mean, not they have not mentioned that any time before, but I guess now it's like okay.
It's the wrapper around this part of the story that is just hard to get through.
So it's gonna be Stardust Attic.
Did you say that they don't age?
No, who said
Hmm.
it? He
No,
said
never
he
mind.
said it's been 2 or 20. He doesn't know, but
Okay.
I mean, if the Stardust makes you like super duper hallucinate or some bullshit, or Julie does affect you a la Resident
Yeah, I
Evil
was like,
8? No, it wasn't 8.
six,
Seven,
six
seven,
and seven.
seven, seven.
Six was the terrible one. Seven
It was
and
7. Yeah, 8 was Village, right?
Village was seven. Or
Was it? The one with the in the
no,
bayou, in the
Village
bayou,
was
in the
eight.
bayou, in
Village
the
was
bayou,
eight.
in the bayou.
That's seven.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's 7.
Yeah.
That's had the mold shit, right?
hmm It's really. I thought it was really cool
That was a good game.
idea. Yeah.
I saw some folks play it on VR,
Uh
dude.
oh.
Ruh-roh, Reggie. The shanting. Whoa, ruh-roh.
And you let him in.
Oh man.
Don't pick up that. Just let it ring out. Let it ring out. Let him call back. I can't. I lost your call. I'm going through a tunnel. Damn it.
That's pretty.
He
Yeah,
answered.
this is pretty good scene.
Yeah.
I like this. The mold.
Aren't you recording this, girl?
Yeah,
Turn the
really?
camera around. It's like some Blair Witch shit.
Ooh.
See, this is good.
Okay. Oh, now we're really concerned about the mold. Got it. Got it. Got it.
Ticket.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Oh.
I guess so. Juan wasn't lying. John Smith wasn't lying.
This guy's a good actor.
Yeah, he's a pretty good actor. I'd like to see him in a horror movie, for real,
Mm-hmm.
a real one. Oh,
Mm.
okay.
Now that's in being played.
ferryman.
You mean the thing she's not been doing? Mhm. Well,
All right. Procure a ticket.
this is gonna go well after she got his ass tossed from getting the demon. Oh
Oh,
shit, he's
he's
dead.
dead.
Oh no.
Was that the person in the beginning of the show who died? Who got pushed into the subway train?
Oh.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Well.
Yes.
Mm.
I was. I'm being perceptive. Muerte.
Well, that sucks.
Well, now what do you do? Because he said
Just
Father Russo had put him in there, right?
he said he would come and get him with a golden ticket.
Right.
Is she just jiggling the door?
Sam.
Those are oak. Good luck. Ooh.
Uh, Oak ain't what he used to be.
Apparently, it's hollow core oak.
Particle oak.
I
Well,
mean, I
just
guess you
fuck it.
can't.
Just fuck it. Just
He's
fuck.
dead. Try to find a
Gotta
golden
find that
ticket,
ticket.
which whatever that means. Which if it's
I
like
hope
any
it's a
other
literal golden ticket. That would just be great. Huzzah!
Charlie,
Run, Charlie!
Charlie.
Run,
Oh
Charlie!
wow, it's a golden peak.
Oh. Okay. And
Where's the guy walking in that she didn't notice? Oh,
a priest was murdered. God forbid the police should go investigate what the fuck was going
what? She
on.
just find a secret door.
Secret door.
She's like, I'm just gonna find this. What? She
She's
got it. She.
she's Occam's detective, simultaneously the best and worst detective in the history of the universe.
I'll say I'm like, did she go on Game Facts? Did she get the puzzle solved there?
Okay.
Voss Mansion completed. Voss Society. Comet Charon. Gas explosion. Oh, so he's mapping the Visser.
Guess so. No access in
So,
current building.
so is this whole thing just basically they took the idea of the apartment building at Ghostbusters and like, let's make this not goofy?
Oh, maybe.
I mean, it's a good starting point.
It's more like it sounds like something like there was a comet that fell and there was a home built on top of the comet
Oh,
and there was and because of that it's
cool.
all been this
Gross.
crazy shit that it sounds like the all right
Okay, I gotta go play some Elder
darkest
Ring now.
some darkest dungeon, dude. Some darkest dungeon. Come to our home,
Oh,
benevolent,
I'm about to say that's
opulent.
carved from it. That's carved from that meteor.
Yeah.
Dollars to donuts. Caligo.
Come to our venerable household,
God and demon, like
into the
that guy who's like
depths.
thinks Jesus is. Remember the crazy billionaire paying for all this is like
Yeah,
I thought Jesus
John
was.
Voight.
Yeah, John Voight. Good job. Well done. So sad.
Ermiger. Please, this
Was
guy.
Virgil.
Virgil.
Virgil? As in the
Virgil.
Virgil guy that we
He's
okay,
got.
gone through
It's the
multiple
same dude. He just
identities.
has multiple. Yeah.
But the other guy's name is Virgil.
Hey, there's Baldung.
What's Baldung?
They mentioned the name somewhere about something. Well, that's the symbol that the lady who ripped her eyes out had, right?
The building sigil. The sigil?
Baldoon.
Oh, is that the thing her mom gave her or something?
Looks like it.
Left her with? Oh, yeah, it's the ring.
The mystery unravels of Baldoon.
I gotta get myself some more cool rings. I used to have one and I miss it now. Oh, I could wear my skull ring from the Phantom.
Oh, all right, Billy Zane. Chill out there.
Hey, it was a giveaway at the movie theater. It's like
Billy
one of my.
Zane.
Remember when they used to do giveaways at the movie theaters like that?
Yes, yes, I do.
I kept that ring. It's so cool.
I had a couple of one or two cool things.
Hide behind the
Oh, it's this
desk.
guy. Hmm. Yeah, I bet he was. Baldoon.
Who doesn't look under the desk if they're like, where's this thing? Which is the book she has, by the way.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That much is pretty painfully clear.
Yeah. She's lucky that old desk has a screen in front of it, because all those old desks usually don't.
That's how you get. That's how you have confession at the bottom of the desk.
Ooh. So he murdered him.
Maybe.
It- No, he just took the date out of the calendar. Like that dude murdered him. Is it the Bible?
No, it's a daily planner, I think.
Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. What is he noticing?
He's using his weird Baldoon energy to figure out what's wrong.
Seriously, what is this?
Wom, 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 wom. See? Oh, the lady came back, dude. Good deal.
Oh, so the book was just a red herring. Got it.
What was he expecting? I mean, he didn't. He didn't diligently look for that. So, did he
No,
get what he
yeah.
was? Maybe he was just wanting to remove that date
That
from
yeah,
the.
yeah. He
That's
was
all he
he
wanted.
was yeah, he wanted to take evidence of anything that they ever were associated or
All
whatever.
right.
Even though there's that file on him that she took in the guy's office of the police go looking, they're like, "Hey, I guess he did die randomly and not murdered
Oh.
by this man." Therefore, making her an accomplice and therefore also the worst detective ever.
Well, see, the thing is, those detectives could have never had found that key, dude.
God damn. Can we get back to Dan? She
What's she doing? Oh, he's the one that mentioned it. That's right.
oh right. A discovery of witches.
Which is why are you telling this to this guy?
It's just she trusts him. It's her therapist.
The rapist for $600. That's therapist, Mr. Connery. Why is Dan just randomly fucking?
We're gonna get this other. Is she gonna get hit by a car?
I hope so. At this point,
There's laughing. Did you hear the laughing?
did ah pager? I had
Oh,
one.
pagers. Hey,
I had a pager.
that's a cool piece of tech.
Why did she leave the camera? Oh yeah, she was.
By the way, if since that's mini DV tape, that camera is like mid '90s. Those things had night vision.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, so it was.
This is pretty 90s. Especially that guy's backwards hat over there. That's leather.
Yeah, that's pretty
That's mid
90s.
90s. Yeah, just down that wine. Oh, the haircut in the background too. Shoot, yeah.
So wait, so the art thing was real.
Hmm.
So the art thing was real.
Mm-hmm. She will be for foreboding.
I
We're
guess
leaving
so.
tonight.
Because of the witches. I mean, that looks pretty cool.
I'm not gonna lie, it's good looking art.
Ruh-roh.
That's Julia. God, my nose. Mm.
Got your nose with a rubber hose?
What
Art?
is all this? This is all moving so fast. They're just like fans whirling. Fans. Never mind. Sorry, thought we'd do some dad jokes.
That's fine. I'm gonna. They're gonna come to life, or what's gonna happen here?
Yeah, where's the jump scare moment? It seems like this is what it's built for. I'm waiting for him to wink at her.
Or melt and burning. So she used the paint that was given to her by the old lady to paint this stuff, and she's saying the paint makes her a spirit
See through,
receiver, able to see into the other world, which
which is
we.
only predominantly white women.
Well, they're witches.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, there's the mold. See?
Mm. Oh, the paint's the mold.
Yeah. Paint is indeed the mold. Oh, her. That's a velvet dress. All right.
Free wine is not garbage, madam.
Meh.
It's free.
True. I've had some pretty bad free wine though.
Yeah, but it's still better than anything you'll pay for. What to say? Like, what the fuck? Like, where's your mom? Oh, mom is dead or something. This is the most annoying part. I'm just like,
Oh, this fucko is here.
yeah. I have a sock collection at home full of body parts.
Okay. She's hooked
Oh,
on that. She's hooked on that
there you go.
mold.
Well, there you go. Be done.
Okay.
Okay, bye. Get the fuck out of the building. Just leave the building. You literally have no reason to be there now.
Oh, there's Mold Boy.
Mold boy.
That's what his name is for.
The man with the mold.
Hmm. She's very I wouldn't give away everything right now,
Yeah.
lady.
I'm like, no. Do you have any backup for in case he tries to kill you?
Yeah, we're past that. Somebody called the
Yeah.
coroners. That was a dude that was in her apartment, right?
Yep. Yep.
That's what happens to the people.
Well, that's the
Why are
that's
they?
the rich
Oh,
guy,
that is Virgil Davenport. Virgil Davenport.
why does the body look so weird? Like it's not there.
Why they look at? They know each other now. Okay.
Yeah, he's a part of the cult.
I mean, inquiring minds, I guess. But I, I have a big problem with that lady, and how she's just like, I know everything. I'm gonna let you know exactly what I know because you can't hurt me.
Right?
But you just said they were a cult. why? Why would you do that?
Like,
¿Por qué? It's fine.
uh,
That's fine. I guess she's not gonna be important in that part of the
I
movie.
mean, I really love this bungalow thing. It's kind of cool.
In an industrial modern kind of way.
Yeah, good job on the faux concrete. Really good job.
Here comes Virgil.
This is a real building. It might be a real building.
Yeah, it might be a real building. The dude who tossed
Ah,
himself.
no, the creepy preacher guy.
Oh. Good job, Dan. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, I
So why?
guess so. Oh,
Mm,
right. Just blame it all on Melly. I guess it's the easy scapegoat there.
This is obviously all lies, but yeah. I mean, it's really convincing.
Yeah, it is really good. But he seems sincere.
No, but I mean, if he's really if he's going after a goal to throw him off and also get him to keep going, be like, "Don't you want to clear your dad?"
Yeah, yeah,
See,
yeah, yeah.
it's about the cult. It's all about the cult. They're in the
What
same cult.
happened? What happened with the videotape that the with the ritual that we heard about in the last episode? All right, so
Hmm.
I mean,
Hmm.
I still think that they only have 3 episodes left, and they have to wrap up
A lot.
a lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff happened quickly in this one. Like her friend going just out over the deep end super fast like that. All right, should we stop?
So we just finished watching episode 5 of Archive81, and I guess we just kind of want to get our ducks in a row here because things have gotten from confusing to convoluted to now downright like I
Fuck.
guess I guess we're nearing we're reaching we have to be reaching the tipping point because there's only 8 episodes, but things are not. I guess they are a little bit more clear because now at least you understand what the relationship of
Yeah.
Virgil is to the dude now. Okay, he's my brother. It might not be true, but whatever. So at least we know how he fits into the bill, right? Virgil Davenport.
Hmm.
But it almost seems like the father was finding some stuff out above the about the place. So he was trying to exorcise the little girl's demons because he was pretty much on board with the fact that the place was possessed,
Demon. But yeah, he's not
demonized or
wrong.
whatever. He's not wrong, but
His
they
methods were a little weird.
waterboard until she's holy again. But now he's been murdered, and it looks like it was um, Buckface that did it, the
Hmm.
cult leader.
Pastor, youth pastor from hell.
That's from with his Christian rock, and then it was, and then you have the friend who the mold. Now it's mold. We know it's mold now. The mold that they call Stardust
Yeah.
that causes you to get hooked on it, I guess. And then
Hmm.
again, I
I
just
I mean, I like the reveal of the junkies and stuff, and I like the idea that the mold is kind of like, you know, transmitting through time or something like that. Maybe I think that's probably what they're going with. And the paint's made from the mold,
yes,
clearly.
that's what. Yep, we confirmed that with Annabelle
Yeah.
and that whole
So
scene.
yeah. So I mean, at this point, I just feel like there's just so many. Like I hated the start of this episode. It was utterly unneeded.
That was pretty
That
bad.
for her to be in the hospital with the neighbor and stuff, and everyone being like, "Have you gone to see her? Because you're such good friends." Like, no, you've been in the apartment building for what, a week, maybe?
Maybe because
Like,
apparently she doesn't fucking sleep ever. So
or maybe it's been a few months. I don't know. That span of time is not discussed or shown. Like her apartment, if it's supposed to be an extended period of time, her apartment doesn't get anything more in it. Her hair doesn't change. All sort of stuff that would tell you it's been an extended period of time. So if we're looking at like what, a week, maybe,
who
or 2
knows?
weeks, it's like the point is that it's still such a short period of time for every sudden everybody be like, "Oh yeah, you're BFFs with that person. She doesn't know her. She
Yeah,
didn't know her until the party."
that beginning scene aside, which is I agree terrible. The same expectation, not expectation, the same feeling of wanting to find out more that had me on that last episode. I didn't feel that this episode
Yeah,
pushed me towards like more like yeah, it was a reveal, but it didn't it didn't give me the ammunition it needed to give me to be able to say, "Oh shit, like this is reaching crescendo, right?" Like
yeah,
so your crescendo now is saying, "Oh well, Melanie was the arsonist all along," and you're just like,
eh,
so now we're supposed to believe that all the cult shit is made up.
Maybe she actually is though, but it's more in service of she burned the building down because fuck this and everything in it or something like that at some point.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Also, that little girl could be an adult by now. The one that they know of. I'm like, why don't you go see if she's still alive?
Oh, good point.
Or Annabelle. I mean, Annabelle maybe died in it, but the point is that you have these people's names. You already tried to find, you know, Melody, so why not try to find the little girl and stuff like that? Like, I don't know why that hasn't happened yet.
Was the lady with the red hoodie, is that Annabelle?
Annabelle, no, Annabelle's. Oh,
She had the gray hair, and it
yeah,
was kind of the same little cut, right?
yeah,
Maybe
yeah,
it is
like
Annabelle.
maybe. It's been 30 years, so she was 20. She'd be
Could be,
50
right?
something. Yeah, she could have gone gray early.
Yeah, yeah. She had the silver hair anyway, so maybe
Yeah, so maybe that is her.
because they have to tie in so many things right now.
That's the
Like
thing. I'm a little like, we'll see if the threads get pulled. I don't want all the answers. I just want the explanation to make sense.
it might be like you said that it's gonna end up being she finds that the building is evil, and maybe these people that live in there are just. But then why are they humming? And why are they doing all these other things,
They
right? Like,
really want that barbershop quartet to take off. That's what I said. Um, it's I think they're trying to tune, like they're trying to become a tune. Everything's tuning, right?
hmm
So like tuning fork, they're trying to like hum to become a tune, to like tune through time to align the frequencies and stuff
watching
like that.
cartoons,
Yeah.
totally.
Like I got a feeling the whole thing is that they're trying to get, and this reason why Dan's there too, is because they're trying to, like, they know that Dan has a connection to this. And so because of that, they want him to open the door between time. It seems like that's what this is all going back to, is the ability to breach time or something.
But we still don't know what makes Dan so special because
No.
the the psychiatrist doesn't seem to be involved in this in any way, shape, or form outside of having at one time been
Well,
Melody's
he knew,
therapist, right? And
but he knew the piano tune.
he
He
knew
didn't
about
like it.
the right, and he knew about the Bagunda, whatever it was.
Yeah. So like, I think it might be even a matter of like, they do need Dan to, I don't know, maybe there's, because she did accuse him of, because here's the thing. They did accuse, um what is it? They didn't accuse anybody. The- right. So the thing is, like, when Dan found the room with all the journals in it from someone who was there before,
hmm
working on either something for them or maybe even working on the same project that he's working on, it could be something where they have someone do this kind of thing to, like, see if they'll make a connection with Melody or something like that. Like, see if it creates a spark or something. Because by the look of it, it's happened before. And that's the reason why he was able to open the door in the basement and everything else and get the more sensitive tapes of his dad's stuff, I think. Like, because somehow this company had the tapes from the recorded sessions. So to me, it's like, I think I think this is something where they find people either tangentially connected to this and try to bring them in to see if, because of the viscer and everything else, like they could create that doorway or make a connection or something. Like, I don't know. I mean, we'll see, I guess. I hope it isn't that, because I feel like that's a little contrived. But at the same time, you have to explain why there are a fuck ton of composition books with this some dude's notes in them, and he had the door code. Like, you're gonna have to pay that off.
This
That is.
I have this really gnawing feeling in the pit of my stomach that this is gonna feel rushed. Like the
Oh, it
ending's
it
gonna be
definitely will.
rushed. It won't be like. I think it's fine if they do it right, but I definitely think it's gonna be rushed where they're not gonna be able. You're not gonna be. We're not gonna be able to get the closure on a lot of things because they just
I mean, we'll see.
unless this is like season one, and it doesn't end.
Mm,
They could
that's a
put
distinct
they
possibility.
could potentially end on a cliffhanger, and then just and they signed on for like
I mean, we
another
could
season,
Google it
right?
and ruin it for ourselves to find out if
No,
there's another season.
no, I've not heard of
Yes.
that. But I mean that they could do that, right? Where it's an
Hmm.
inconclusive ending, and you just kind of like, well, because the final piece of all this is the fire, right? Who started it? Why did it
Yeah.
happen? And then but it seems like to so far it's been like there was a comet. It said in the book it was a comet that crashed. There was a mansion built
Hmm.
on top of it, and then the mansion probably burned down. That's what it said. And then the apartment building, was built on top of it. And now we know that that one burned down. So who burned
So,
down the
so
other
is this just a
time?
story about how we shouldn't tear down single-family homes to build apartment complexes? Is this a NIMBY propaganda film that we're watching right now? Look what happens when you tear down beautiful single-family homes with architecture and replace them with these ugly multi-family places where anyone can live there. It's a terrible idea. It burns down. Look, see? No more.
Maybe.
Just have the single-family homes forever.
I mean, I guess the bigger picture is don't build on top of fucking comets.
I have to
So,
have a meteorologist
hey,
out here to make
here's
sure
a
that the
meteor
site
on the
isn't.
floor. I have a good idea. I'm gonna build a bungalow on top of it. Why? Because reasons.
I was about to say, like, we have to hire a meteorologist to come here and clear the aura of this
So,
place.
so here's something else that I
Hmm.
hadn't thought about until right now.
What's that?
Meteorites typically are highly magnetic.
Tuning. Yeah.
They're very highly magnetic, usually.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Rare, rare earth minerals
uh
or
huh, uh
rare.
huh.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that particular statue that was maybe carved out of the meteorite is
Hmm.
metallic, and it's so metallic it causes weird shit to happen. I don't know.
I like the Cthulhu-ishness of this. It's like leaning toward like old gods, as it were. It's not being too hokey though. I don't know. Like I go back and forth on it. This episode was very painful to watch. It was just like, we have to stay with the character who I feel like
We
is
just made
doesn't
some
have
poor
a
choices.
reason to have been there for as long as she was. In fact, every reason to leave. And to me, I'm like, there was nothing pulling her back. There was nothing telling her to come back or stay. It's just her going like, "I'm staying here." I'm like, no, no one with any reason in their brain is going to stay. She's not a journalist, so it's not like she's going to get this awesome story. She's not an investigator of any caliber
Nope.
because it's been shown she makes things worse. So it's like, I'm just looking at, I'm like, why is she here? Why is she doing what she's doing? And at this point, it's just to be able to have the service the story, and that's it. And that's my major problem is that her motivations don't feel genuine. Dan's
Yeah,
feel
yeah,
like
that's a good
his
point.
is genuine. Like he's trying to figure out his dad. There is the mystery of the tapes.
Right?
And at this point, it's like it's just we need to have a reason for these tapes. Is literally her whole reason to be there,
Yeah,
and
really. That's kind of sad.
it's not valid. It's not valid. And I feel like at this point, it's doing a disservice to that character. Like, she hasn't looked for her mom at all. Not a lick of anything trying to find her mom
Yeah,
beyond the
yeah,
first
I
episode.
agree with you. I don't think there's a reason for us to be following Melody along. There really isn't. Like,
At
they would have shown more brief snippets of her and more Dan
this
reacting
is
and learning and finding stuff out like on his own, because he is an interesting character, and this Melody
yeah.
girl is not. She's
Nope.
just
I don't care about
she's
1990.
she's a prop.
I don't care about Blossom. You know, I don't really care about her that much. I want to
Yeah.
because she's the whole reason why he's really searching through the tapes. But if anything, this is just showing me like they have to build out that side of it because they need padding to make the length happen the way it needs to happen or whatever. It's the whole thing about tell the story you want to tell and make it interesting. It's just hers is the least, and when it does get interesting, which it can, it just feels like it's robbed. because when it does get interesting, it's really cool. But then you go right back to this dumb things that she does, and then ultimately the lack of any motivation for her to be doing any of the things she's doing. Like, I get your fellow man, empathy, all that stuff, but that's not the reason she's there. And her reason for being there hasn't been exploited or used or looked into at all.
I mean,
So
if we're really like gonna be nitpicky about that, I think that on my end, the way I
I'm
see it
not trying
is
to be.
no. I'm saying I'm gonna be nitpicky too,
Oh, okay.
in the sense of if I'm Dan, right, and I'm trying to tell this story from Dan's perspective because that's really what it ends up being.
Hmm.
The You only get to see what she videotaped.
Yeah.
That is all you get to see. So all
Hmm.
this extra stuff that we're being shown outside of her videotaping it, I would argue that that's not necessary. That what you would rather have is those snippets of a videotape piecing
Hmm.
things together where your own imagination and Dan kind of has to figure out like, well, what happened, right? Like that
Yeah.
that's a lot more
The
interesting.
research. I love research-based mysteries, and this could have been prime for it. Like, super prime for it. And even the whole parts where he starts tripping through time and all that other shit that's happening, like it'd be really cool if it was showing up in the tapes, like, and it was only from his perspective, because at that point it's like, whoa, what is happening?
Right.
Like, and I completely agree with you. Like that should have been it. It's just maybe the podcast is like that because there's only so much you can't do in a podcast, but I'm really curious to see what this is going to end like, and I like to go like check out that show and see what the differences are.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
And but like I really I really want Melody's character to to I don't know,
I would
like
have been fine with her remaining a mystery and just
yeah,
like
like
getting little snippets of her through the tapes that she was recording, and that's it. And and give me the rest of the story and having Dan have to figure everything out because it's confusing and he's getting. I mean, I imagine that seance scene without any real background,
yeah, it would have been
right?
a lot more like what the
Like he's like, what
fuck?
the shit, right? And then
Yeah,
this other scene with like
the guy jumping out.
there's all these little bits and pieces where they just could have been way better where when you don't know what the real context is and then you're trying to figure it out versus it being spoon fed to you
Given to you, yeah.
and you're just like, well, this is just stupid because everything's kind of forced now.
The the biggest fiction here of all is the fact your camcorder could record for hours without needing to be recharged. Those batteries were shit. They would last like 20 minutes max, maybe. Like camcorder batteries were the worst for a long time before lithium batteries came along. So, and hers is definitely pre-lithium. So I'm just kind of looking at it, I'm like, this is the biggest fiction of all is that she could run around like this all day and never have to worry about batteries
I
and
mean, I
recharging them.
guess they did it because they didn't want to be accused of being a found footage film, right? Because ultimately,
Yeah,
that's what it would have ended up being, where it was more Dan experiencing the found footage, and then,
I guess, but
but
I mean, but it's a
but no,
different. But found footage movies, the audience is watching it, and that's the only way you're seeing it. It's not like you're watching someone watching it, or
it's
like their piece,
Cassandra
like that's the
knows
thing.
Dan can traverse space time. She reached out and tried to choke him.
Yes,
We already knew this since like episode 2. So what's up with that?
I know,
Why has not
and
been
they're telling him to stay out of it,
reestablished?
and
Why
I'm
has this
like,
not been reestablished? Why is nobody else butting into Dan's world? I guess what
I
it's
don't
just
know.
I don't know. It just to me it feels like you're right. We should finish this, go watch the listen to the podcast, and then I bet you what's gonna happen is we're gonna hear it and it's gonna be short, concise, and much more like
Much better,
much
probably.
better because what they're doing here in this one is they're trying to fill in they're trying to fill in the holes because they have 8 episodes and it's 8 hours.
They pitched it as hour-long, 8-episode plot show to Netflix, and Netflix is like, sure, your podcast is a hit.
Or maybe they
Just
said
go
it's only
ahead.
going to be a 4 episode. Netflix was like, formula has to be 8 episodes. You
So
figure it
figure
out.
out how to make those out. Yeah.
Yeah,
And then they're like, "We'll just expand Melody's side." It's not an un it's not a bad idea. I just feel like
that
it's
sounds what
just
happened.
poorly explored at this point. Like yeah, like at this point she's poorly explored, and I don't feel like her character should be doing all the things that she is doing because it just doesn't make any sense logically. Like why that just to this to there is literally no reason for having us start in in the hospital in this episode. I know I keep coming back to it.
She wasn't recording.
No, she
She
wasn't.
wasn't recording. So then why even
Why are we seeing
why
it?
are you seeing it?
Is it just to make it like, oh, she's more unhinged now because she saw she did the demon thing happen ish?
She
Like,
wasn't recording. That means Dan wasn't watching it. That means who cares?
yeah, like that's the thing. I'm like,
No
I
one
don't
cares.
understand why we that was there, and that's what I was trying to say. Like that should have been cut. Like we should have started at the therapist's house or something. You know, like it
Yeah,
should have been a dream sequence or
but
something. It should not have happened.
she wasn't recording that either.
I know. That's
So
the
then
thing. Again,
So Dan doesn't know about that either.
so unless what would have been interesting is if her dad's like, so she said, "Oh, it's one of my students." Well, it's his patient. Why wouldn't he be like, "Let me record this," like because he records their
That
sessions.
would have been great.
Then we would have that evidence, which makes more
And
sense.
maybe it's just audio and he's hearing the
Yeah,
conversation and he's like,
that's what
what
I'm
the fuck
saying.
is going on? That would be a lot better because it's a lot more leaving it up
It's
to Dan's own devices to kind of figure stuff out. But
you're playing in the world, the universe's rules
yeah,
at that point. If you're doing that, what you were just describing, what we were just talking about, is going beyond the rules of this world, and that's a problem. Like knowing all this information as the audience and it not making our lives going like, oh, we know more than these characters, so
right,
therefore we are more on edge because we know Dan is walking into a trap.
right.
That's not being used here.
No,
Like this is just to fill, and that's the problem. It's not being utilized as a mechanic for the audience to be like, ooh, we know more, therefore
I
we're
don't
more
want Melody
terrified.
being recorded. I don't want Melody to be recorded because she's the one that's doing the taping. So
Yeah,
I want the videotape's point of view to be showing me what's going on. I want when she puts the camcorder on top of the phone to call Annabelle, I wanted a
I
shot
want that
where
perspective.
I
Yeah,
want that perspective because that's what she's videotaping. So that's what Dan is seeing. I want to see the show. I want to see Melody's from Dan's perspective. I don't want to see it
I
from.
agree.
That's I think that's what pisses me off the most so far about the show.
Hmm.
Like it's just so it's
I
so amateurish because it could have been so cool, dude. To just really stick
I
to your guns,
love
right? And nah.
yeah, like I love pieces of it. There's some really big pieces of this that I love. I'm like, I love the technology hooking in and like the fact that the analog is kind of being used because it's a technology that was kind of, it's a, becoming more faded away, but it's like very like, okay, this could work kind of thing. And it's not the first of its kind to do it, but like frankly, it's a really like I love that hook. And then just the other elements like the whole aliens, and like everything. Like there's so many things that I do like about this show. I This episode just highlights what's not good about this show.
Yeah, it's
And
unfortunate.
and and that's really it. Like the intrigue isn't there. It comes and you're like, ooh, but then it goes away super fast. And it's because they cut away to something weird, or they or like frankly we don't know if it's going to be answered at all. I mean, and that I'm okay with unanswered things if they're not like if I'm getting satisfied in other parts,
Can you
and
imagine?
so far that hasn't happened.
The little girl had tapes, remember? So how cool would it have been
The eight
to
millimeters
have those? Like, well, how cool would it have been that
or
those also
16.
were
Yeah,
recovered? And here's Dan trying
yeah,
to do those, and now you're going to see some snippets from the little girl's
dude,
perspective,
that'd be
and
so much more terrifying.
that's filling in some of the blanks. So he's trying to piece together this story from Melody's tapes, this little girl's tapes, and maybe some audio left behind. That would have been fucking amazing. That would have been like
Yeah,
that would have been great. That would have made a lot more sense.
Yeah.
You would play with the whole idea of I'm videotaping you, I'm talking, my voice is coming through, you're not seeing me talking, but I'm interviewing you and you're talking to me. Like that kind of stuff is so cool because it's completely on the person, on the actor to actually use their voice as an inflection point to drive the story, right? Versus using the visual medium to push it along, right? Like push it along. And it's like,
Well, we are in a
well,
visual medium, but I get what you're saying. The other thing that would have been really cool too is that the little girl's camera is silent. So it would have been an 8 millimeter silent film, which would have been eerie as shit if you
so
did it
cool,
right.
dude. So cool.
I hope that comes into play because you have a point. She has a camera.
Yeah.
So where are those films? And I bet you those will come around. That would be interesting if that happens. So
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I think we're just beating
I'm
a dead
I'm
horse,
looking
but
forward to I'm looking forward to finishing it because I want to finish it. I want to see how this ends, even when it gets really stupid. I'm sure it will at some point. Because usually when you have a good mystery or whatever, it can get dumb. But I really want to finish it to see how they wrap up if they can.
yeah. I want to see the end. Just see the
I
end,
do
and
too.
then we only have a couple of more episodes left, 6, 7, 8,
Yeah,
and that's it.
and so far I enjoy it. It's even when it's annoying, it's
But it
still
could
fun.
be better.
It could be better.
It could be better. There's you and I have already talked exhaustively about this, but it definitely could be better. There's many ways to make a show like this better and resonate more and be a lot more entertaining and be more mysterious and be more. Don't spoon feed me everything, please. What's the point? What's
Yeah.
the point? Say, come on, man. Anyway, but for the most part, I mean, clawing at the face, right? That was pretty sweet. And so we'll see. Um, what are we supposed to say at the end of all these things? Hit that like and subscribe button. Smash
And
that
ring the
bell.
bell
Ring the bell. Why ring the bell?
because it alerts people when you upload.
Oh, poke the
So
bell.
if you don't ring the bell, you
Ring the
just
bell.
subscribe.
And,
Yeah, ring the
s-
bell
and
because then you get
subscribe
alerts.
and like it because the YouTube algorithms. Watch the previous episode if you're curious about, kind of what went on and what was going on. But we'll be back next week and we'll go over
Yes.
episode 6 and see what the hell, where
See
this
where we get.
wild ride takes us.
Thank you for joining us on Two Tired Dads.
Fucking tired.
So tired.
So fucking tired. All right, good night, guys.
All right, good night.